Today, I'll be reviewing Season 2 of High School DxD. It was actually more enjoyable to watch than Season 1. In this season, powerful swords known as the Holy Swords are introduced, and they fall into the hands of villains. Issei also meets his rival for the first time this season. It's getting to the point where the fan service is getting ridiculous, and not in a good way. Maybe you could argue that in Season 1, the girls still weren't close enough to Issei, so that's why I didn't get intimate with him. But in Season 2, Asha and Rias clearly love Issei. They get naked in front of him. Rias is even naked in bed with him. Yet, nothing happens. They don't get intimate at all. Issei gets too nervous to do anything, and someone always interrupts them. I would never understand why a series just teases you and doesn't give the viewers what they want to see. Again, I understand they go too far, it becomes a hentai. But at least show them getting somewhat intimate. As disappointing as edgy scenes were once again, the plot in this season was actually enjoyable to watch. We got a great backstory on Kiba, as we learn about his sad past. The anime did a good job in showing Kiba's pain and anger. It made him appear more than just a perfect nice guy. He has an ugly side to himself as well. Nobody's perfect, after all. It was actually great characterization and great character development for him. We saw a side to himself that we never expect to see from him. And we got to see him grow his character and learn to depend on his friends. The Holy Sword experiment story was twisted, and it was entertaining seeing characters try to defeat the villain that was trying to use the Holy Swords. The plot for his season was even made better by the introduction of Volley, the character that has a White Dragon Emperor within his body. He becomes Issei's lifelong rival. He was a pretty cool guy that knew how to use abilities well, and was pretty confident. I liked that he wasn't a cliche evil villain. He was more pushing Issei to become stronger, no matter what he must do. A character like him does so much for his series because now Issei is actually motivated to get stronger, and now there feels like there's an overarching plot between Issei and Volley. It's leading up to the final battle between Issei and Volley. After all, they are destined to fight. It gives you a bit of Naruto vs Sasuke vibe. The first battle between them in the season was certainly entertaining and leaves you wanting more. There was great world building in the season, as we learned much about the angels, fallen angels, devils, and even what happened to God. There was a summit involving main characters from each group. This season actually expanded upon more about this world, and was interesting to learn about. There were multiple new characters in this season. I've already talked about how great of a character Volley was, but two other new characters were Irina and Zenovia. Irina was a major disappointment. The anime series set up to be Issei's childhood friend, and I thought she was going to be a loving childhood friend that wants Issei's attention. Instead, she is just a crazy religious girl, obsessed with God. That's pretty much her character. So no great moments between her and Issei, which was disappointing to see. Zenovia turned out to be a great character. At first, she was shown as this arrogant character that treated Aja horribly, but she turns to a cool and chill girl. That was funny to watch because of her desire to have Issei make her pregnant. That certainly led to funny and awkward situations. The opening song for his season wasn't anything special. This season actually had two different ending songs, but they both weren't that good. They were forgettable. The music throughout the season was good. It was more of the same for Season 1. The animation style looked the same as it did in Season 1, which is good. And the animation looked nice during the fights, especially with the powerful attacks that Issei and Volley used against each other. I actually enjoyed the plot for a season. Now, it doesn't feel like a chore just getting through the season. The lack of good ecchi scenes is still disappointing, but you eventually get used to how frustrating it is. You learn to accept it. I give Season 2 a 7 out of 10. I'll be reviewing Season 3 after this.